Good morning. Here is your pre-market briefing for Thursday, April 23rd. Let's get right to it.
Here's what's on the docket. We'll hit the futures, the wild overnight session, oil, earnings, and the setup for today.
Okay, so the market's in the red, but the real story is the big bounce off the lows.
Right now, S&P 500 futures are down about 18 points, which is roughly 0.3% below fair value. It's a similar story for the Nasdaq 100, which is off about 66 points, also down 0.3%. And the Dow is looking at the weakest open, down around 253 points, or 0.5%. So, how did we get here? Well, it was a pretty volatile overnight session with a major reversal. At their worst, the S&P futures were down 50 points, but they've clawed back most of that.
The initial drop came from a few things, some disappointing earnings and spiking oil prices.
So what flipped the script? The turnaround seems to have been sparked by one single news report. And here it is. A CCTV report suggested a potential breakthrough in U.S. Iran talks. And you can see the impact immediately. WTI crude pulled back sharply from its high of $97. Okay, shifting from the macro picture, let's dive into the big company earnings moving the market. What's really interesting here is many of these companies beat estimates but fell on their outlook. Now for the economy. The main data point this morning was the weekly jobless claims report. The key takeaway? Initial claims are still super low, which points to a pretty solid labor market. So pulling this all together, the context of the recent rally is absolutely critical for today's session. I mean, just remember this huge run we've been on. The Nasdaq is up over 19% from its March low. And after a rally like that, you have to ask, is the market just running out of excuses to go higher?